Have you ever wondered why you buy things you don't need or agree to things you never wanted? You're being controlled. In this video, we're going to reveal the unknown psychological tricks that secretly influence your decisions every single day. Stay with me. This could change how you see the world forever. Think you're in control of your decisions. Think again. Marketing experts create an illusion of choice, making you feel like you're selecting what you truly want. But in reality, they have already narrowed your options, presenting only what benefits them. For example, when you're buying a car, you might think you're choosing between two brands, but the way they position financing plans or features can subconsciously push you to pick the one that profits them the most. I once spent months deciding between two laptops, both promoted heavily. Only later did I find out that the company selling them owned both brands. My choice was never really mine. Why do limited time offers always make us rush to buy things? The scarcity effect plays on a deep-rooted fear of missing out, triggering urgency in our brains. I'll never forget the time I almost bought an expensive camera I didn't need because the ad screamed only 2 left in stock. Luckily, I paused to think, and 2 weeks later, there were still only 2 left. That's the power of perceived scarcity. It makes us irrational. Have you ever bought something because it had 5-star reviews or was everyone's favorite? This is social proof, where we look to others to determine our own choices. In a study, restaurants that listed most popular dishes saw a spike in orders for those items, regardless of their quality. Personally, I used to check online reviews religiously before purchasing anything, but I soon realized that even reviews can be manipulated by businesses. Once I became aware of this trick, I started paying more attention to the actual quality rather than just crowd opinions. How many times have you said yes to a small request, only to later agree to something much bigger? This is the foot in the door phenomenon. Once someone gets you to commit to something small, it's much easier for them to gradually get you to agree to larger requests. A few years ago, I signed up for a free trial of a service that promised no strings attached. But after weeks of small, innocuous upgrades, I found myself locked into an expensive yearly contract. Anchoring is when someone throws out an initial number or idea, and everything you consider afterward is influenced by it. For example, a real estate agent might show you a house way out of your price range first, to make the others seem like bargains in comparison. I once went shopping for a new phone, expecting to spend $500. But after being shown one that was priced at $1,200, I found myself willing to pay $900 for the middle option I didn't need. Ever felt compelled to do something for someone because they did something for you first? This is reciprocity, a powerful social norm. Marketers use it all the time, offering you free samples, trials, or bonuses, knowing you'll feel obligated to give something back, like making a purchase. Once I got a free upgrade on a flight. Later, I ended up buying more food and drinks on board than I would have otherwise. The airline's small favor made me feel indebted, even though I knew what they were doing. Framing is all about how information is presented. The same facts can lead to different decisions based solely on how they're framed. For example, a study showed that people are more likely to choose ground beef labeled 80% lean than one labeled 20% fat, even though they are the same. I once opted for a health plan that was advertised as covering 95% of your medical costs, instead of a competing plan that was presented as you'll only have to pay 5%. Even though they were basically identical, the framing made all the difference. People tend to trust and follow those who appear to be in a position of authority, whether it's doctors, experts, or even celebrities. In a famous experiment, people followed orders to administer electric shocks to others just because the person instructing them wore a lab coat and had a title. I remember falling for this when I signed up for a coaching service led by a guru who claimed to have years of experience. Turned out they had just started last year, but their authoritative presentation had already won my trust. Influence Tactic 9, the decoy effect. When you're offered 3 choices, one is often a decoy designed to make one of the other options look more appealing. I was shopping for a subscription service once. They offered a basic plan for $10, a premium plan for $30, and an ultimate plan for $29. Who wouldn't choose the ultimate plan for $29 over premium for $30? But the reality was, I didn't even need the extra features. The decoy worked on me. Influence Tactic 10, emotional manipulation. Finally, emotions are a huge driver of influence. Whether it's guilt, fear, or excitement, advertisers know how to push your emotional buttons. Charities, for example, often show you heartbreaking images of suffering children to get you to donate. I've noticed this tactic during holiday sales too. Ads playing on the fear of missing out on one-time-only deals made me purchase things I didn't really need. They weren't even discounted that much. All these tactics combine to influence us in ways we don't even realize. For instance, I once found myself at a high-end electronics store, only intending to browse. By the end of the visit, I had purchased an expensive sound system. How? First, the salesperson anchored me with a ridiculously priced item. Then, they framed the cheaper model as a limited time offer. Finally, the environment filled with positive social proof other customers were buying too sealed the deal. I was influenced at every turn. The next time you make a decision, whether it's buying something, agreeing to a favor, or following advice, think twice. Are you truly in control? Hit that like button and share this video if you found this valuable. And don't forget to subscribe. Your support motivates us to keep uncovering the hidden truths behind everyday life. Let's grow this channel together.